If you're like most of us, then there's this little voice inside your head that seems to pop up whenever you're at your most vulnerable. Whenever you're already questioning yourself and what you're doing and whether or not you really do deserve the best that love and life have to offer. For many of us, it's subtle and not loud enough to do too much damage. But for some of us, it's very loud. We never hear the actual words, but the damage it does to our hearts, our souls, our very beings is catastrophic. It's always there, silently eroding your self-esteem. It beats us down, it keeps us down, and it causes us to lose sight of our dreams, our hopes, our goals. It does the most damage to the most sensitive among us, who heard these words often enough in our lives from outside of ourselves that they are now just part of who we are. It starts as subtle as being told to dream small. Dream small. To protect ourselves by not expecting too much. Or it might be that we were laughed at when we had an idea that was all our own. It seemed brilliant to us, but to them it was laughable, cute, funny, which would be okay if it weren't so serious. So then the next time, it's not surprising that we don't think it's so brilliant. And eventually, when we have these ideas or think we can do something or become something or even try something, our very next thoughts are that it's laughable, cute, funny. Until over time, as we repeat this process, we start to not only view our ideas and dreams and aspirations this way, but we come to see ourselves like this too. Because it's not too big of a stretch when you're young and impressionable, and the people who respond to you like this are your world. At a time when you see your ideas, your thoughts of all that you can do, as not being so separate from yourself. See, this all happened before you learned that they don't know everything, that you might even know more than a thing or two, that you might actually know exactly who you are and what you can really do. But once the suggestion is there, once we've heard those voices from the outside telling us what we can and can't do, as if they know us so much better than we know ourselves, then it's such a small step to internalize that voice and make it our own. Which is exactly what happened. Which is exactly why we didn't even know this voice was there in the first place. Until we find ourselves later in life wondering why we think so little of ourselves. And why we make choices that don't honor our true selves. Choices that leave us settling for less than what we know we want and deserve. It's exactly why we find ourselves repeating the same patterns over and over again, no matter how much we try to do things differently. Because that voice is just too strong and too prevalent and too much a part of us. In order to change our internal voice, we need to be reminded over and over again, just as many times as we heard it in the first place, that what our current voices are saying is just not true. Until we can make the truth the only voice we hear and make it our own. There's nothing laughable or cute or funny about any of this. This staying small and giving ourselves away because we don't believe that we're worth more. This accepting of crumbs and whatever someone will give us to make us feel worthy. This life we've accepted that is so much less than the life we were meant to live. This inferiority, or its opposite, the inflated superiority, that only hides that hurting little girl underneath the facade. We've lived like this for so long, we don't even realize that it's the subtle internal voice that's underneath it all, keeping us here, keeping us stuck, holding us back, reminding us that it's not worth it, that we're not worth it, whenever we summon up enough courage to attempt to let our light shine bright. Until now. It stops here. No more. That voice is wrong. That message is incorrect. It's mistaken. You are all that. You do deserve all that. It's time to take back our confidence and our self-esteem. There's only one response to that voice. Tell it that you know exactly who you are, and you deserve the very best of everything beautiful and wonderful and amazing that love and life have to offer. There is so much more to your life, and they didn't know better, and still no one knows better than you do. You can do that, you can have that, you can be all that, you are all that. So be confident, dream those dreams, set your goals high, and allow yourself to feel that confidence. Don't allow anyone to tell you that you can't do it, not even you, because it's not really you, it's them, and they didn't know. You have nothing to prove, there's nothing to show them. Just do it for you, and all that you're worth, and all that you are. You, beautiful, deserve nothing, absolutely nothing less